Hello. The purpose of today's talk is to present the Dr. MIP study that is conducted to minimize the impact of conditional branch prediction in Dr. MIPS simulator. So let's start. I am Sadar Rahman and I'm doing currently MS Computer Science from FAST National University, Islamabad. So let's start with introduction of Dr. MIPS. It's an educational MIPS simulator. Dr. MIPS is a graphical simulator of the MIPS processor to support computer architecture, teaching, and learning. So basically, it is developed to support the computer architecture, teaching, and learning. Dr. MIPS was created under the master thesis entitled "Tool to Support Computer Architecture, Teaching, and Learning" at Faculty of Engineering, University of Port. So here are some key points of the Dr. MIP simulator. That is, it is intuitive and it is very easy to use. A basic user can even understand the usability, and it is versatile. So versatile mean you can easily interchange its modes while execution time. You can change its data paths, its CPU version, and many more. And the main thing is that as it is open source, free and open source, so it is configurable, and that's mean you can easily configure uh, any existing functionalities to add new functionalities in it. So it is available in the PC version, and also it is also available in the Android version of. So this is the very plus point of its Dr. MIP simulator. So let's go. Here are some other features of the Dr. MIP simulator, that it can simulate both unicycle and pipeline version of MIP processor, and it display uh, data path graphically, and it also provides step-by-step execution. It also has performance mode to show the latencies and delays in the processor. uh, and other thing is it is highly configurable data paths and instructions, and additional ones can be created by using previous available instruction sets and data paths. So let's also values can be displayed either in binary, decimal, and hexadecimal. So CPU version that is available in Dr. MIP simulator are as you can see on this screen. Unicycle MIPS processor has four versions. The very basic unicycle data path or CPU version that is available is unicycle with no jumps and nor branches CPU version, that is displayed in this screen. This is so next one is unicycle MIPS processor with no jump instructions, and the further is simple unicycle uh, CPU version that supports jumps, branches, and some other R type instructions. The next is unicycle extended CPU. The basic difference between unicycle CPU and unicycle extended CPU is the number of instruction that supports. Extended version supports some extra instruction, while simple basic unicycle CPU is not support these instruction that is available in extended CPU. Same in the case of pipeline extended and pipeline CPU. So next we have the pipeline MIPS processor. So in pipeline MIPS processor we have very basic pipeline MIPS processor, which has no forwarding nor stalls. And the next one is pipeline with only forwarding, and the next one is pipeline CPU that has forwarding also, and uh, it has also has a detection unit to detect the stalls. Again, pipeline CPU and pipeline extended CPU has only difference. of the number of instructions supported by the both of these MIPS CPU versions. So the last one that is in red color is the pipeline early branch prediction CPU that is proposed by me in this entire video. You can see the whole working of the system. So let's start. Here is the unicycle MIPS CPU. In the image you can see the blue lines are the control lines and the black lines are data lines. So this is the unicycle MIPS processor data path and control path, and it this unicycle MIPS supports jumps and branches. So you can see we can see it in the demonstration of MIP simulator. So I'm not focusing describing it well because my focus is on the pipeline CPU version of the MIPS processor. So here is the pipeline MIPS CPU, and this is also the pipeline CPU data path with all available functionalities like forwarding and stalls, as it has forwarding unit in the right bottom corner, and in left upper corner you can see the hazard detection unit. So it has ability to detect the hazard to detect the hazards and stalls, and it can also forward the data to uh, next stages where it needs to be available. So here also blue lines are used for control lines, and black lines uh, in the image are showing the data lines. So my basic task is to uh, early predict the branches in the for example instruction decode phase. So in this implemented pipeline version you can see the branch prediction is done in execution phase, and it is confirmed in the memory stage that it is taken or not. So my basic proposed task is to uh, implement all this thing in branch prediction in instruction decode phase, and at the end of instruction decode phase we have the correct prediction conclusion that the branch is taken or not. So let's start. And for a small some introduction about the instruction set, that is that so what is the instruction set? Is a group of commands that a specific CPU can run. A specific instruction set is made for a specific CPU. The term can refer to all possible instructions for a CPU or a subset of instruction. So here are some format of MIPS instruction set that is same followed in the Dr. MIPS simulator. Here is in instruction set point of view, Dr. MIPS simulator has some limitation that it supports a rather limited set of instruction. The reason behind that, it in response to it provides a very simple, intuitive, and versatile graphical simulation of data paths and control parts, and also provide its configuration. And also the positive main positive point of the Dr. MIPS simulator, it is available in Android devices too. So in response to this, it does not support a huge amount of set of instruction that other previous works supported. Several instructions like jump and link, JR, many system calls, and floating point operation, and shift operations are not supported in Dr. MIPS simulator. So next is the instruction set. The set instruction that is available in uh, Dr. MIPS simulator with in comparison to all the you can say the instruction set. So here we have instruction set, that is default instruction set, default no jump instruction set, default no jump branch instruction set, and default extended no jump and default extended. Here you can see its abbreviations. So in the right table of the first column of the default instruction set, you can see in the last there are 5 instructions that are not supported in the default instruction set, but other all are supported in the default version. But when you see all the instructions in default extended version are supported. So the basic difference between default extended and default is only that default extended version supports XOR, multiply, divide, move from high and move from low instruction, but default instruction set of the Dr. MIPS simulator not supported. So if we have default no jump instruction set, it have an additional jump instruction that is it not stored. So we have next default no jump branch. So this instruction set also not support branch equal to and jump instruction. So in the next phase we have next column, we have default extended. So it is default extended, it's mean all these instructions are supported, but with addition to it does not support jump instruction. So here we have the conclusion of the instruction set that is available in Dr. MIPS simulator. These all are instruction that is implemented in Dr. MIPS simulator, but these are instruction sets or subset of instruction set that support some specific instructions or not. So we have here comparison of Dr. MIPS simulator with other previous similar works that is performed in the past. So we have here some features, and here we have names of previous simulators or previous work. So I highlighted some of the features in rectangle in red box. Here you can see the first one in the from the last we can see native Android version. There is no Android version available in entire previous tasks performed of MIPS simulator. So the only Dr. MIPS simulator has this functionality. Also the other one is latency and critical path. As Dr. MIPS simulator provide performance mode, in performance mode we can see the latencies and critical path of the CPU. So next we have data path configuration. From data path configuration, I can say it is data path configuration and also the control path, to some extent control path configuration too, because it implemented to some extent a control path to completely run the CPU execution. So simulator ProcSim also has the ability to data path configuration, but the difference is that ProcSim was not the open source, not publicly available. But Dr. MIPS simulator is publicly available and free. It is open source, and it also provide configuration to extend, to add some new functionalities to the existing work. So here are some again the existing data path of data path of the pipeline CPU, and in the next slide you can see the proposed data path of pipeline CPU data path. So here you can see the this in this part the branch prediction is performed, and you can see this line is going to the mux in the mux PC mux, and here is the selection is performed on the basis of control signal generated, uh, that the next instruction is from both of these. So the basic proposed task is to predict whether the branch is taken or not in this phase, after the instruction fetch phase, actually in the instruction decode phase. So in the next slide you can see this difference, and here you can see now the branch prediction is calculated in the instruction decode phase. You can easily see, but it is not just the shifting of the controls from execution phase to the decode phase. It also includes the data paths and many other tasks uh, to be able it to be performed accurate and well. So let's go in Dr. MIP simulator to see the proposed enhancement in pipeline data path. So here we have uh, here we have the sample code that simulate the for loop. Here we have register T0 that store value 1, and T1 that store value 67, that is the last two digits of my roll number. This loop will run exactly 67 times, and you can see here the working uh, of the code. So here is the data path. Currently here upload pipeline pipeline SAD is loaded. I am loading the existing CPU version of the wait a minute.